Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going to be talking about Miltoniopsis, which is one of my favorite orchids. They are also known as the pansy orchids. The Miltoniopsis genus is very small and includes just about 6 recognized species. The Miltoniopsis blooms are large, flat, and usually round with broad lips. They come in different variety colors like pink, yellow, purple, red, and white. They produce like oval pseudobulbs. These little things in the middle, like bulb-like things, they call the pseudobulbs, and they produce leaves like arranged in a fan-like shape. Each foliage is they should be about greenish, bluish, green in color, and they produce about 1 or 2 spikes per flower. And when they have like a lot of them in, they could be beautiful blooms. They could have quite a display that could last for several weeks. They're mostly fragrant, and I like the smell, and this is actually, like I said, one of my favorite flowers. They do not like too much light. To keep them in like shaded as much as you can. If they produce green foliage, it's good. Slightly yellowish, but too much yellow means too much light, and too much green, too dark means, like this one for instance, it's a little too dark, so it probably could use some more light. The wrinkles on the leaf is usually due to lack of water or humidity, and that could be due to not being underwatered, or sometimes the roots are rotten and overwatering could also be the problem. As far as the temperature, they do like to be in the cool to intermediate temperature. The temperature for Miltoniopsis during daytime temperature should be between 70 to 80 degrees, or 21 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade. And nighttime temperatures could be between about 55 to 60 degrees. A drop in temperature is always recommended. They like high humidity, and they thrive in humid conditions, and the ideal temperature is somewhere between 50 to 70 degree range of humidity level. If you increase the humidity for your orchid, you can do it by adding a humidity tray with pebbles at the bottom and add some water to it. It'll also increase the humidity level. It is important to remember that the more humid you keep the orchid environment, the more air movement you need to keep around the plant to prevent any disease. As far as fertilizing, you can water the plant needs a lot of water, because otherwise the pseudobulbs tend to shrivel up a little bit. That's a sign also of dehydration, or the wrinkled leaves, also a sign of dehydration. You can water every depending on where you keep them, of course, and the environment. If it's too hot and no humidity, then you might have to water more often. Or if it's humid and it's not too cold, not too hot, then you don't need to water as much. But depending on how the soil is, but they do like to be on the wet side, so water more often and fertilize if you can every other watering with very little fertilizer. Dilute it to less than what is recommended dose on the fertilizer label. They do need to be repotted every often, or maybe once or twice. Not once a year is good, not or every other year. They do very well in plastic pots. Clay pots you can dry up, so it's better. I recommend that you put in plastic pots so they do not dry up. I also put like a little sphagnum moss on top, just to keep the humidity going so the roots stay moist. I got this one from Trader Joe's. I do not know the name of the orchid. This one is called the Miltoniopsis Andrea West Asia, and this is another one that I have no name, no tags. But I like the flowers, so I bought it. I cleaned the leaves by using a wet towel, and I just run it through the like that, and try to keep it clean. And whenever I can, I just do it. It's about it. But these are, like I said, one of my favorite orchids, and they do smell good. And let me give you a close-up of the flower. They're also known as the pansy orchids. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. But well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you'll come back. Thank you. Bye.